The land of the free and the home of the brave. That's what America is made all about, right? Well, in recent years, racism or discrimination has been growing and growing. Whether it be the Black Lives Matter movement or of the dream, people have been fighting for equality. Although racism isn't the same as it was back then, it seems like we want to revert back to those times. Looking back on history of the 1800s, racism was everywhere, and slavery was a major part of society.
It is beyond dispute that the United States contains deep structural racial issues. These racial disparities are perpetuated not only through explicit discrimination, but through the power of history and how far it has come.
When 17-year-old Trayvon Martin died at the hands of George Zimmerman in 2012, protests sprung up around the country, demanding everything from changes to Florida's stand your ground laws to gun control.
When do our children get to just be children?
But one of the protests,
Black Lives Matter,
quickly took on a life of its own.
What does racism mean to you?
Racism, to me, it means putting people down, degrading people because of their skin color or the way they look, or just, because basically just the way they look, racism it's kind of bad.
The worst part of our person, it's not the best that represents people. I know that they exist because we know that there's a history in the United States early on in the history of slavery, actual war being fought, the Civil War, and it's still something that we struggle with.
Have you ever experienced any sort of racism?
Well, more from the point of view of observation. In 1965, I was a 16-year-old teenager spending a summer in Little Rock area of Arkansas. I'm staying with my grandparents. I had the occasion to go to the county courthouse in Little Rock, and there I saw the reality of the historical nature of racism, because I saw white bathrooms, black bathrooms, white fountains, drinking fountains, and black drinking fountains. It was a real wake-up call for me, as a 16-year-old, I didn't know that we were still practicing discrimination, particularly officially sanctioned racism. And as I said, that was something that I'll never forget, and is a reminder of the past, and as a reminder that we need to continue to improve. So,
Would you say there's racism in our community?
Yes, there's racism in our community.
Okay.
Sure is.
All right. In your 20 plus years of living up here, would you say it's gotten better or worse?
You know what? At first, it was it was hard for me to distinguish, because I was kind of young, what racism was. But we did have racism. I'd say it comes and goes in our community. I mean, I've been there, where just because of the way I look, people just call me names or tell me this or tell me that, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever, if you say so. But I'm pretty sure, you're also, there's something in you that you should just not feel proud, because you may also be brown or pink or yellow or orange, I mean, I've been there, I've lived through where, just because the way I look initially, as you can see, I'm pretty ugly, brown and all that, and people just call me names. But sometimes I just try to shrug it off and let it come one year and go the other. But I've lived it up here, so and I think it just comes and goes. I think there are times, few times when it gets better, and times where we just go back. I don't know why. I don't know what that is, but it comes and goes.
All right, thank you.
That's been my experience.
Racism to me means like when someone is harshly judging another person on the color of their skin.
To me, it's just kind of treating someone unfairly because of the color of their skin.
It's discriminating because of someone's race or color of their skin.
Racism to me means another race neglecting or abusing verbally and physically to another race. That's what it means to me.
When another race overpowers another race and dislikes that race and gives them zero benefits as they do.
And have you seen racism up here in the mountains?
Yes, it's everywhere, I guess.
Oh yes, definitely. I've been a part of it too. Coming from a Latino background, I get a lot of, go back to Mexico, you wetback, It's kind of annoying, but I'll deal with it.
Yeah.